Hi guys, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome to Nickey's kitchen. In today's video, I'll be sharing 3 breakfast ideas that you can make using bread, starting off with this savory French toast. In my bowl, I have an egg, to which I'm adding some milk, alongside cumin spice, paprika and garam masala. I also added some salt, but I did that off camera. Using my fork, I'm going to whisk this up until everything is well combined. Then moving over to the stove, I'm starting off with some of that meatball oil that we reserved in my meatball kofta recipe. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, since you haven't watched the video, I'll link it at the end of this one. I'm taking my bread, I'm going to dunk it into the egg mixture and place it onto the pan. I'll do this for all the slices, all the 3 slices, and place those on the pan for them to cook. I'm doing this over medium heat so that I don't end up burning my bread. So I'm moving the 2 slices to the side to make room for this 3rd one, which I'm going to place on the pan. Then using my spatula, I'll press it down. I'll press all the slices down just to make sure that they're evenly exposed to the pan so that they cook evenly. Then with the remaining egg mixture, I'll simply pour that over top the slices of bread. I'll leave the bottom side of the bread to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, after which it should be ready. Then I'll flip the bread to give the other side time to cook. The other side of the bread should also take 2 to 3 minutes to cook. And once the bottom side has cooked, that's it. That's all you have to do for this recipe. You can serve this up with your favorite drink to have in the morning, be it tea or coffee. Or if you're a smoothie person like me, whip up your favorite smoothie. And let me tell you guys, this bread smells so delicious because of all the spices we put, and also because of all the flavor that was in the meatball oil that we used. So feel free to whip this one up for yourselves. It doesn't take that long to do, and it's really delicious. Moving on to the 2nd recipe, we are going to make an open avocado sandwich. And I'm sorry, but if you don't like avocado, then you and I cannot be friends. I'm starting off with the same meatball oil in my pan, to which I'm adding my slice of bread to toast. I'm leaving it on really low heat for about 2 minutes on each side so that it can toast. And if you have a toaster, feel free to use that for this process. But if you don't, there's no need to go out and get one, because this is something that you can do on your pan. Then moving on to the sausages, I've gone ahead to butterfly my sausages by cutting them into half. I prefer to cook them like this because I think it takes a shorter time than the conventional way of cooking sausages. And after they're cooked on the bottom side, which took about 4 minutes on really low heat, I'm going to flip them to cook the skin side. And what you see me doing here is holding them down for a few seconds with my fork, because once the skin side touches the pan, it tends to swell and curl up, and since I don't want carved sausages, I'm holding the sausages down with my fork for a few seconds to prevent that. Once the bottom side is ready, I'm going to tilt the sausages onto their side to cook the side bits. But if this sounds like too much work for you, you can go ahead and cook the sausages the way you normally would, then butterfly them once they are cooked through. Once the sausages are ready, I'm going to move back to the bread, and I have this gorgeous avocado that I'm going to use as a spread for my bread. I'll only be using half of this avocado. Using my fork, I'll scoop the flesh out of the avocado and I'll mash it. And after it's mashed, I'll spread it evenly onto my slice of bread. The avocado is nice and creamy, and it would be like adding butter onto the bread, but this way you get to get healthy fats into your body. I'm scooping out the avocado onto the bread, after which I'll go ahead and spread it evenly on the slice of bread, making sure to get all the 4 corners. After this, I'll sprinkle on a pinch of salt onto the avocado to add a bit more flavor. Then I'll go in with a splash of lemon juice to add some freshness. After this, I'll pile the 2 sausages onto the slice of bread, and that is it. It's that simple. This breakfast is very delicious. It's also really exciting to make, and I know that you guys are going to enjoy this. I simply garnished it with some lemon rind for photo purposes, but that's really not necessary. So moving on to the third recipe, we are making a Japanese egg sandwich. This is also known as tamego sando. I don't know if I'm butchering that pronunciation. I'm starting off by boiling eggs, and I'll use the same procedure that I used in my deviled egg recipe. To boiling hot water, I'll add in room temperatured eggs, leave them to boil, and once they're boiled, I'll transfer them into an ice cool bath and leave them to cool until they're cold to touch. Once they're completely cooled, I'll peel the eggs, then I'll move on to making my sandwich. I'm going to set 2 eggs aside, and to the remaining 2, using my fork, I'll mash them. This would be a lot easier to mash if you had a potato masher, or if you're up to it, just get in there with your hands and crush the eggs with your bare hands. Once the eggs are mashed into homogeneous pieces, I'm going to go in with a dash of salt, black pepper, and a tablespoon of mayonnaise. I'll combine all this until everything is well incorporated. Onto the bread, I'm going to spread a small amount of mayonnaise to coat both slices of bread, after which I'll heap on the egg and mayonnaise mixture onto both slices. Spread it out evenly, then we'll pile on the other boiled eggs that we didn't mash. I'm now going to place both of the boiled eggs across the slice of bread horizontally. Then I'll top this off with the other slice of bread. Press it down gently, turn it on its side, then cut across the bread horizontally. My bread was trying to embarrass me here by falling apart, but I'm sure you guys get the idea. In as much as the bread looks like it's been hit by a truck, this tastes absolutely delicious, and it's also really filling. I hope you guys will enjoy these recipes as much as I did while creating them, and if you end up making them, I would love to see your creations, so tag me on Instagram at Nickey's Kitchen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.